Hi, my name is Carlos, and thank you for joining us for the Weekly Word Online today. You know, Jesus in Matthew 5:13 talks about salt, and he says that you and I are the salt of the earth. He also says that we're light. And so today I want to focus on the salt. So what is salt? Well, when we're talking about salt naturally, basically it's these two elements. So get ready to put your science cap on, but it's sodium and chloride. If each ingredient was left on its own, it would actually be poisonous. So it's amazing how these two chemicals bond together and become this compound that we know as salt. It comes in different forms. You have sea salt, you have rock salt, you have table salt. Salt also is a natural disinfectant. It kills germs and it melts ice in the winter, which is good, right? You've done it before, and I have too. You've got a canker sore, there's a sore in your mouth. You take a little warm water, you put some salt in it, you gargle with it, or wash your mouth out with that, and it disinfects and helps the wound to heal. Believe it or not, whether you've got high blood pressure or not, they tell you to stay off the sodium, right? But sodium still is a very, very important proponent of our diet. We actually need salts and sugars and fats, all that for a balanced diet and for a good monitoring for all the systems in our bodies. So that's great, naturally speaking. So there's a reason why Jesus picked salt. So what's salt when we want to talk about it in a spiritual sense? Well, Jesus described us as the salt of the earth. As I mentioned, he says, you are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. And that's Matthew 5:13. Now, there were two purposes for salt in the first century. We kind of alluded to it a little bit, but we're going to take it and frame it more in a spiritual context, right? So the two purposes were this: for preserving food and enhancing flavor, right? Jesus uses this because we're supposed to be the preservatives that stops the decay and the rottenness of this world and the influence of this world. We are the ones that when people see Jesus flowing through us and working through us, that we see that how Jesus and how our life in the Lord enhances our lives, right? And so this is something, it brings out, like, you know it as well as I do, right? Like, I don't know if you like McDonald's fries or something like that. I eat ketchup with my fries, but a lot of times when I have McDonald's fries, I just shake a little bit of salt on it. It's perfect, and it brings out the flavor of the French fry. Man, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. But the point is that's an enhancement to the flavor. It brings out the best of that food. And having Jesus in our lives makes us salt in the sense that it brings out the best in us, and people see that. So I want to encourage you today to remember that you are both the salt and you're also the light in this world. I pray that God helps us to be that front line to help preserve and to fight against the decay. I mean, I don't have to tell you about the decay in morals and values. And also the wonderful added benefit of knowing that salt enhances or brings out the best flavor. And I'm praying that the Lord and the Holy Spirit is bringing out the best in you for your life. Remember, you are the salt and the light of the earth.
Some imagine you are distant and removed, but you chased us down in merciful pursuit to the city.